Hello everybody. Now today I'm going to be doing a pork chop bacon in a French bread with cheese and my one of my favourites, South Carolina sauce. There we go. $1.49 from it's the Co-op shop brand. Let me see. The cheese is just a regular cheese I've been using. I think it's wasn't it like £1.10 for 10 slices. The difference is now remember a little while back I did a sausage wrapped in bacon, baked it in the oven and then put it in a roll. Well, this one I've taken a boneless pork chop, cut it into like 6 strips lengthways, right? So the strips are kind of long. Put 2 pieces of bacon on the plate, slightly overlapping, and then put 2 or 3 strips of pork chop on the bacon, and then rolled it just like I did with the sausage, but except it's got strips of pork chop. Rolled them in the bacon. Did that twice, and that's what I've got in the oven, and I'll show you in a few moments. And then I'm going to put them in this roll with the South Carolina sauce. I'm going to put some cheese on there, and we're going to see how that goes. Anyway, yeah, the bread is white baton, 55p down to 50. I got a slight discount there. And I may sneeze in a minute. Jesus, I don't know. Anyway, what I'll do the thing's almost done. I'm just I'll do a shout out to and elaborate. He let me see. Art Hicks Full. ARTHIXFUL. Artix Full. Yeah. Anyway, I think it's a he, I don't know, wrote to me saying that we'll say it's a he. His local co-op, he doesn't seem to get many bargains in his local co-op. They used to do a lot of reductions. He writes such as chicken and some good stuff like that. But either they've got the stock management under control, and I wrote. I thought that was a good the good reason, because if they've managed to figure that they're buying too much, then if they reduce it, there's less wastage. Also, I pointed out to him that it could be the time of day that he's going, that perhaps other bargain hunters are going in and beating them to it, possibly, or could be that they. But I don't know what his local co-op's like. I don't know if it's the only shop in the village, or whether it's the only one within walking distance. If it's one of those small co-ops, or whether it's a big store. I don't know, a big store. But anyway, it could be a number of things. Yeah. It could be stock management. It could be that people are beating you to it. Could be the staff that they're buying up all the bargains. Perhaps if it's a small shop, perhaps they're going to have first shout. Maybe they're buying it all and stuffing it in the freezer. Who knows? They rarely have anything worth buying, and also it's and if they do reduce it, it's a very small reduction, he says. Now, I would. I'll elaborate. I wrote an answer to him in the thing, but I'll elaborate. If there's very few things to be had, it could be any one of those other reasons: the stock control, the staff are having it, people are beating you to it. But if you do manage to get hold of anything that is, aside from trying other supermarkets, if there is any more in your local area, if there's an Asda, a Tesco, a Morrison's, a Sainsbury's, go to any of those, and you can always go around, see if there's any other shops with the bargains. What was I going to say? Yeah, if you do find something Oh, see, what you do is you go in and, make a mental note. I go in and I say, I look at it, right, it's the 15th today. There's a bunch of pork chops up on the 18th. So I know, right, today's Monday, so it's like Wednesday or Thursday, going in. So you make a mental note like that. But but what I'm trying to get at is, in a roundabout kind of way, is if they do reduce anything slightly, or they put the little orange labels on it, and you get your hands on it, and it needs to be used that day, for example. Sometimes it's a day before. But if it needs to be used up that day, and there's 2 or 3 hours before the end of the co-op shuts, in this case the co-op, you can always ask, A lot of people seem, don't just take what the label says. Ask them. Don't demand anything, but just ask them, say, look, or remind them that the date is up today and there's only a couple of hours left in the of business hours. Is this going to be reduced anymore? And they will get their scan gun out and possibly maybe reduce it down a little bit more. But they probably won't volunteer that information. Partly because they got a lot of stuff to do. They got a shop to run, right? They can't be looking at every single thing trying to get it as bargained down. But if you ask them, then they will find out. You'll get a yes or you'll get a no. It depends. But you won't get any further reduction unless you ask them. And remember that it's in their interest to, because if something hasn't sold and there's like 2 hours to go, the chances of it selling, especially when the date is up that day. Who wants to buy something that day? 2 hours, it's like 8 o'clock in the evening. You've got to use it that night. The odds on somebody wanting it, without a whopping discount is going to be slim. So they're going to have to bin it. And what that does, that cuts down on shops' profit. If they have to bin a load of stuff, it cuts down on profit, and then when profits drop, staff members get let off, and eventually the shop will shut, and all kinds of crazy things like that will happen. So it's in their interest to knock it down some just to get it out the door, and they make some of the money back, and the losses are less. Anyway, I'm waffling on a bit here, but my point is, it's in their interest to mark it down just to get it out the door. So ask them. By all means, you've got to be polite. Don't demand anything. It's not a right that anybody has, but just ask them. Remind them that it's at the end of the day. Is it? Ask them. Is it going to be reduced? And if it's not, then screw them. Don't buy it. Then, or it's you don't have to. You don't have to buy it. But also, it pays to go to other supermarkets. Also, Anyway, so that's. I hope that's nice to be. Yeah, I hope that was helpful. Anyway, a little bit of insight. Anyway, this is several strips of pork chop. It's been cut lengthways. It's been wrapped. Each one has been wrapped in 2 pieces of bacon. I'll turn this around. There you go. So you can get it at all angles. It's been cooked for quite a bit. 20 minutes. Plus another 20, so about plus another 10, so possibly about 50 minutes approximately on 180, so it's on kind of a low heat. Anyway, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to put that, I think you can see this, let's see, it's terrible because when I'm looking at my hand over here trying to see if you can see it, I'm actually trying to look through all those numbers. Oh dear, I've got the time. I think that's the time, 8:55 in the evening. It's the date. Anyway, right. Anyway, what I'm going to do, it's going to be quite a firm roll here, right? But it's going to be a different one. What I'm going to do, actually, the plan was I was going to put 2 bits of cheese, but I had to change that price thing because I've only got 1 left. So I'm going to have to bust this in half. Okay, but yeah, but basically this is just a variant on the sausage and bacon. You know, because I mean, I had to defrost because when I bought the job lot of, what they call them, pork chops from the butchers, they come like 13 of them for £8. I had to bag them up in 3s, so you know. Anyway, so there's the bit of cheese on top. Okay, I'm gonna put the top on it, and I was thinking about putting some gherkins in here, but then I kind of changed my mind. Maybe I'll save that for another day. Oh, nearly cut my finger off then. Yeah, watch yourself when you, especially if you're talking to a camera while sawing the roll in half. Nearly took my finger off. Okay, so remember that if you've thinking about getting your own channel. Anyway, I'm gonna put that down there. Yeah, so we'll see what this is like. This is pork chop strips wrapped in bacon. Let me tell. Yeah. Jesus, the bacon is crunchy. Cool, blimey. Yeah, this roll, although it's I bought it yesterday. It's the 20th today. Would have been better to use the roll yesterday, but I had to make those Caribbean reggae cowboy beans with pork chop. That's what the other pork chops are for. So I wasn't able to use this roll yesterday. No, the pork chop, the bacon has got a strong taste. I didn't get this from a pound shop. I got it from somewhere else. Somebody gave me actually. But if you're using Poundland bacon, you get 5 slices for £1. Now, there's two or three slices of pork chop. Now, I've done this before a couple of times. We've put a sausage in there, wrap it in bacon, bake it. This is pork chop. You could probably do this with any meat. A steak, lamb. What else is there? I don't know. That's what you goat. I've actually had goat ribs before. So you could have goat. Now the pork chop's coming through. Don't know why I couldn't taste it before. It was more bacon than anything else. The bacon is goes very crispy because it's on the outside. What it does, it protects the pork chop from getting, overdone. Basically, all the overdoneness is getting taken up by the bacon because it's on the outside. It gets the heat first. Anyway, there you have it. Now, pork chop 62p because I bought it in bought 13 of them for £8. Bacon, 20 pence a slice. There's 4 slices, 80p. The bread is 50p, down from 55. 1 slice of cheese. That was my last bit. The grand total, this costing £2.02. Yeah, £2.02, which that's not including the South Carolina. Now this, I've been experimenting with different sauces, and the South Carolina sauce is a mild sweet mustard. It's not very hot, not very spicy. It's a mild sweet mustard, and it goes very well with bacon and very well with sausages. It goes really good in a sandwich with those things in it. It's amazing. Different sauces are perfect accompaniment for certain meats. Yeah, reggae, you know, sometimes, you know, can work, but this goes very well with pork and sausages, or bacon and sausages. Anyway, I'm going to stop eating now, so I can talk. It's going to be a long video just for a sausage sandwich, but anyway. But yeah, I mean, it's a different, slightly different angle on the what I've done before. The pork chop, if you do it in thin slices, about sort of a, you know, similar shape to a pencil, you know, long ways like that. The bacon protects it from drying out. The bacon will dry out if you know, if you leave it in there too long, but inside it will stay moist. It's not dry or, you know, turn rock hard or nothing. You know, it's still fairly moist in there. Yeah, make sure you got fresh bread. Don't do like, you know, this bread's sort of like close to the end. And yeah, you know, I'm actually quite pleased with this one. It's you know, makes a change, a slight variant on what I've done before. And there's still a few ideas to go. Maybe I'll do some with like I say, a steak or lamb. Not really big on lamb, but lamb wrapped in bacon. You know, you've got lamb and pig. Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, that's what I'm having for dinner, and hopefully that'll be an idea for you. You know, and also this would be good on a barbecue as well. It's something you can just whip up on a barbecue. You got some rolls, you know, pork chop with bacon, sausages with bacon, steak wrapped in bacon, you know, lamb chop wrapped in bacon, everything wrapped in bacon, and you can cook it on a barbecue. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.